I'm Maria Stanford, and I'm the Customer Success Coach here at Supermums. Today, I'm going to be focusing on how you can build your self-belief and confidence. We often hear people saying, "How confident are you feeling?" And whilst we may attach an emotional response to these types of questions, ultimately confidence is a skill that we need to nurture and grow. And this needs to be done throughout our whole lifetime. In 2019, I decided, after 15 plus years in various corporate roles, it was time for me to step out of my comfort zone and really take the opportunity to explore a complete career change. My skill set and previous years of experience gave me the confidence to take the plunge and invest in myself and retrain to become a life coach. At the time, I was so laser focused on my study, coaching, and all the other tasks in hand, family life, working full time, that actually I hadn't thought about what comes next. After becoming certified, I went from elation to panic, and thoughts were whirring around in my head. Now, you may be able to relate to some of these yourself. I was thinking, what if I fail? Who am I to become a successful coach? What will others be thinking of me? And my confidence and self-belief were at an all-time low. Now, I can hear you thinking, but you're a coach with a full toolkit of resources that you can draw upon. But I'm also human, and we all need help and accountability at different stages throughout our career and life. So at that time, rather than desperately trying to validate my place in this new world that I found myself in, I took some great advice from my own coach. I will let you into a little secret. All great coaches have a coach. And after we'd worked through some tasks, it was really clear that I needed to go and do. And so that's exactly what I'd done. Now, this may feel uncomfortable at first, but as we build our craft and skills, we're also building our confidence at the same time. And what we're also doing is reframing our negative self-beliefs and thoughts, and we're turning these into positives, which then in turn allows us to reason with our inner critic with evidence of actual past and current successes. Thinking about successes, what could you draw on from your past or now that you can use to show evidence to your inner critic? The work doesn't end there though. You may go for that next big promotion, you may step into that career change yourself, or you may find that suddenly your personal circumstances change. For every new level and every new area of change and transition, you may feel your confidence levels drop, or those self-doubts come slowly creeping back in. So being aware of this on a really conscious level is important, so that we can recognize what those feelings are actually pointing to and then get to work on that area and start building one block at a time. This next exercise that we're going to look at is really one of my favorites, and it's something that I've used at various different points over the last 2.5 years. And it's generally if I'm feeling low or overwhelmed or feeling anxious. This activity is really great. So you will have received via email your workbook, which I will say that whilst by all means use our template if you want to, as women in our everyday life, we can sometimes very much sit in our masculine energy, which is fine when we need to be driven and logical and competitive. But with this exercise, you can choose, if you wish, to embrace your feminine energy and get creative. Grab some pens and papers, make this your own, do your own blue sky with whatever colours or anything that resonates with you. And then be sure to pop it up somewhere so that you can keep referring back to it. You're really then clear on what your blue sky means to you. Also, really carve out some time to sit in the emotion while doing this exercise and to dig deep and explore those vulnerabilities. So, everyone loves a blue sky and it can be an instant mood boost. So keeping that in mind and thinking about your blue sky vision, what does confidence mean to you? What would you be saying to yourself? How would you be feeling? If you could wave a magic wand and remove all the obstacles, what would the most confident you and your 10 out of 10 look like? Now write these down. Next, we want to look at what's blocking your blue sky and sunshine. These are our clouds. Some will weigh heavy and take up more space, and then you may have some lighter ones scattered in between. But what's standing in the way of your 10 out of 10? Some of the most common things are fear of failure, overthinking, and those negative self-thoughts. So once you've then established what these might mean for you, write them in your clouds. Then I want you to explore what the 3 most important clouds that require your focus to let some blue sky through. Out of these 3, what is the one that you need to work on first? Then I want you to think about this and rate how you feel about this cloud on a scale of 1 to 10. With only this one cloud in mind right now, write down 3 actions that could help to take you just one step closer to your 10. Out of these 3 possible actions, what one appears to be the best to take action on right now? Then we want to start thinking about how will you do it? How will you take that action? What resources might you need in order to help you achieve this task? And also, who can support you? Is this a friend? Is this a colleague? Is it only something that you can do on your own? But do look for that support of others that might be able to help you. Next to think about is, when will you complete this task? When we set a date and time to share and we share our goal, we are more likely to achieve what we set out to do. So when will you take this action? Once you've completed this, you can either keep going on this original task until you get to your 10 out of 10, or if you've taken some action, you feel better in that cloud and that cloud has got a bit smaller and perhaps a little less heavy, you can then maybe go to the next one on the list and then take action to start to build that one up to your 10 out of 10 by using the same formula. It's really important that as you work through your clouds and you get to your 10 out of 10, that you cross them through or cut them out or whatever works best for you, so that you can let your blue sky and your confidence come shining through. I hope that you enjoy this exercise and get clarity on those next steps for building your confidence and self-belief. Also remember to go back on just how far you've come and celebrate your successes, no matter how big or small, because they are significant and we know that we can use these to battle our inner critic. So building that success portfolio and that memory bank is really key to the process. If you would like more tools like this to add to your own toolkit, then be sure to join us on our Ambitious Women Mastermind, which is actually starting next month. There is still so much more to look forward to over these coming days, so stay tuned.